The geopolitical landscape is shifting once again, and Italy is making a bold proposal that could redefine the future of NATO and Ukraine. With world leaders like Emmanuel Macron, Donald Trump, and Rishi Sunak shaping their own plans for the conflict, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is stepping into the conversation with a groundbreaking initiative, a NATO security cover for Ukraine, but without full membership. This proposal could change the entire balance of power in Eastern Europe. Imagine Ukraine receiving the same protection as NATO members, without being part of the alliance. This would mean that an attack on Ukraine could trigger a collective defense response, similar to NATO's Article 5. But what does this really entail? What's in it for Italy, and how will the world react? This report delves deep into the implications of Meloni's proposal, the potential reactions from key global players, and the possible long-term effects on NATO's stability. Stay with us to uncover the intricate political chess game that could define the next decade. Everyone seems to have a plan for Ukraine. Rishi Sunak has a plan. Emmanuel Macron has one. So does Donald Trump. Now, Italy does not want to be left behind. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has proposed a new strategy, offering Ukraine a NATO security cover, not full NATO membership, just the security benefits. Meloni's proposal suggests that Ukraine would receive the same protection that NATO countries currently enjoy. She claims this would provide a stable, lasting, and effective security guarantee, possibly more so than some of the existing proposals. But what does this mean in practice? NATO's Article 5 is its core mutual defense clause. It states that if one NATO member is attacked, all will respond together. For example, if Russia were to launch a missile at Germany, the entire NATO alliance would retaliate. Now Meloni wants to extend this security shield to Ukraine, but without the official membership. This arrangement would be part of a broader peace deal, providing Ukraine with long-term security assurances. Ukraine has been asking for security guarantees, and Meloni is advocating that NATO provide them. However, this proposal raises two major questions. First, what does Italy gain from this? Second, how will different global powers react to this unprecedented plan? As of now, there are no official reactions, but Western Europe is likely to support the idea. Countries like France and the UK have already expressed willingness to send peacekeepers, making them potential supporters. However, the United States is another story. Donald Trump has firmly opposed Ukraine's NATO membership and has even ruled out providing American security guarantees. During a recent interview, Trump made his stance clear. Donald Trump, VO. What concessions would you like to see? Narrator, VO. Oh, I don't want to tell right now, but I can tell you that NATO, you can forget about that. That's probably the reason the whole thing started in the first place. So, why is Meloni pushing this idea? What's in it for her? The answer is simple: strategic advantage. There is increasing talk about forming a coalition of the willing for Ukraine. This would allow individual countries to voluntarily contribute troops or military aid without requiring full NATO involvement. Nations like France, Britain, Australia, Ireland, and Canada are open to this coalition. However, Meloni has rejected the idea of sending Italian peacekeepers. Instead, she sees a NATO umbrella as a better alternative, as it would automatically involve the United States. Meloni's calculation is clear. She believes that Europe alone cannot secure Ukraine in the long run. By tying Ukraine's defense to NATO's security framework, she ensures American involvement, which could significantly strengthen Ukraine's position. But this proposal also raises broader questions, not just about Ukraine, but about NATO's long-term future. Where is this alliance heading? Just a few years ago, NATO appeared to be losing relevance. In 2019, French President Emmanuel Macron famously called it brain dead. However, Russia's invasion of Ukraine revitalized the alliance, providing it with a renewed sense of purpose. Yet uncertainty looms once again. In 2025, NATO's fate remains in flux, particularly as Donald Trump sends mixed signals about the alliance. Just yesterday he issued a stark warning: if they don't pay, I'm not going to defend them. No, I'm not going to defend them. I got a lot of heat when I said that before, but I meant it. Trump's primary grievances with NATO revolve around two issues. First, that many NATO members fail to meet their financial obligations, and second, that he doubts their willingness to defend the United States in return. Despite this rhetoric, Trump is not actively planning a NATO exit, at least not yet. While Elon Musk has suggested that the United States should leave NATO, Trump appears to have a different approach. He recently appointed a new ambassador to NATO, reaffirming America's commitment to the alliance, albeit with conditions. Trump's new vision for NATO demands that all members increase their defense spending to 5% of their GDP. However, even the United States does not currently meet this target, spending only around 3.4%. The last time America allocated 5% of its GDP to defense was in 1990. Regardless, Trump's pressure is having an impact. European nations are ramping up their military capabilities, with leaders like Macron pushing for European defense independence, but such a transformation would take decades. Establishing a robust defense industry, securing additional funding, and recruiting more soldiers are long-term challenges that won't be solved overnight. In the short term, NATO's structure is unlikely to change significantly. However, in the long run, Meloni's proposal could trigger major shifts in the global security landscape. This is a pivotal moment for NATO. The decisions made today will determine its future role and influence in global politics. Giorgia Meloni's NATO security cover proposal for Ukraine is a bold and strategic move that could redefine the alliance's future. It offers Ukraine protection without full NATO membership, ensuring American involvement while avoiding direct peacekeeping commitments from Italy. However, this idea faces strong opposition, particularly from Donald Trump, who remains skeptical of NATO's role and financial commitments. While European nations like France and the UK might support the plan, the US stance remains uncertain. Trump's push for increased military spending and NATO reforms could reshape the alliance in the coming years. Meanwhile, Europe's move toward greater military independence signals a possible shift in the balance of power. One thing is clear: NATO is at a crossroads. The decisions made in the coming years will not only impact Ukraine, but also the global security framework for decades to come. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth geopolitical reports. What do you think about Italy's NATO security proposal for Ukraine? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for our next video, where we break down the future of European defense and what it means for global stability. See you soon.